Well, good morning from Bogota, Colombia. Before I show you the video of some of the protests from yesterday, I want to say a few things. And first and foremost, I want to say that I do not want to paint Colombia in a bad light by showing these protests. I highly recommend that people still come to Colombia. Protests just seem to be a way of life down here. Every time I come to Bogota, there seems to be protests. A year ago, there was a protest for women's rights, which I think is great. A couple years before that, there was a protest for indigenous people's rights. And I'm just going to show you right behind me here, there's a whole bunch of police that are kind of ready for action today. Right now, everything's calm, but obviously, they might be thinking differently. It could be a repeat of yesterday again tomorrow. But anyway, I also want to mention that if you've seen some of my other videos about Colombia, I've come here 14, this might be trip number 15. I've spent 3 years worth of time in Colombia. I've never personally had any problems other than, a taxi driver trying to overcharge a little bit. So, but stuff does happen. And the thing I want to emphasize is that Colombians are passionate people. They're passionate about music, they're passionate about love, dancing, and they're passionate about life in general. And so it only stands to reason that they're going to be passionate about what they feel is right or wrong. And right now they feel that, I'm still not sure what the protests are about. It's mostly students that I saw yesterday. And I'm going to try and find out more today about what's going on, why they're protesting. But yeah, I kind of have a feeling that things aren't quite over yet. But yeah, I just want to mention that the people are very passionate. Sometimes that can work for you, sometimes against you. The problem with being really passionate and very emotional, getting all charged up, and you're getting in a big group during a protest is, people start damaging things. And there's painting all over, for instance, all over the walls. You probably can't see it from over here, but these are all government buildings here. And there's painting all over, like graffiti. That's all new stuff. And I've seen things like Uribe, muerte, it's like kill. That means they want that guy dead. And so, yeah, they get a little bit passionate. Maybe it gets a little out of control. I'm not going to judge it all. But I'm just hoping it doesn't get too bad today, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, up next is the video. I hope you find it a little bit interesting, and again, don't let it dissuade you from coming to Colombia. Colombia is a great place. People in general are super friendly, and there's lots of great places to visit. Beaches, mountainous areas, old cities. So don't hesitate to come to Colombia, okay? Hey everyone, so it's Friday morning, Bogota. I'm in Simon Bolivar Plaza in the Candelaria, and it's pouring rain at the moment, and a bit of a funny mood in the air because I learned yesterday that there was a national protest. I'm not sure exactly what it's about, but it's pretty obvious that there is quite a lot of graffiti that's been written on the walls. You can see over there on these are important buildings in El Centro in Bogota. There's all kinds of things been written on the buildings which I haven't seen before. You can see they're cleaning up. I think there was a whole bunch of garbage. I could see when I came in late last night. I'm pretty tired right now actually, but came in late last night after 36 hours of travel, and I could see the military and the police. They were dressed up in their riot uniforms, and you can still see them wandering around today. Seems calm, but it looks like there is quite a mess in some of the areas of the streets in central Bogota, so I don't know if anything more is going to happen today or not. If there's going to be a protest, this will be the area that they do it every time I come here. I see a protest of one type or another. But anyway, apparently it's been raining a lot in Colombia lately, so hopefully I'll get a bit of a break and it'll calm down. People will calm down, and then I'll be able to go off to San Jose del Guaviare in 3 more days, and it'll be super hot there. I'll have a good time there. But anyway, I'm gonna try and find a dry spot to stand, and that's it for day number 1. The protest is getting bigger. It's like all young people. The people here of Colombia love to protest, and I say good for them, standing up for their rights. So let's head back. Let's listen to a big group of people make a lot of noise. Hopefully they don't mind me filming them. The police are getting ready over there, make sure things don't get out of hand. Seems pretty peaceful so far. Group just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Give them their space. Bienvenido a Colombia. could tell you what they're saying, but I can't quite understand it. So I didn't really know what the theme of my first vlog was going to be here in Colombia. I just got here late last night, but might as well make the first theme protests. So we'll just kind of follow behind here. I've seen many protests in Simon Bolivar Plaza in El Centro, center of the city. One time is for women's rights. Another time is for the indigenous people's rights. And it's my understanding that there was a big protest yesterday, big national protest. And I was actually a little bit concerned that maybe the airport staff was going to be not working, but that all turned out okay because I got in pretty late. But let's see what they are up to here. So I'm only about 3 blocks from my hostel. Everything seems to be nice and peaceful. The police aren't getting aggressive or anything like that. So that's all cool. And last time I was here again, I saw a big group of bicycle riders protesting something. I have that on film somewhere too. I'll see if I can find that and maybe add it to this. But yeah, the people are very vocal down here. And they don't like to take shit from the government. And they're not happy, so here they are. Not sure why they're all kneeling down, but I still don't understand what they're saying, to be quite honest, but anyhow, I'm gonna head back to the hostel, and this will be what I upload today. A little bit of protesting in good old Colombia. So anyway, the bigger story is that 2 days ago, just as I was getting ready to leave for my trip to Colombia, a friend of mine from Bogota asked me if I knew there was going to be a national protest on the day I was arriving. I said, no, I had no idea. And he said he had his flight canceled on Avianca Airlines, so I was a little concerned that I was even going to get here and that there's going to be protests of the people walking off their jobs in the airport maybe. And yeah, so anyway, everything worked out okay. Flights went smoothly, but you can see there's a little bit of mayhem going on yesterday. There's probably some huge protests. Anyhow, just arriving to my hostel again. It's raining off and on. So maybe I'll do a hostel tour for you later. So I'm gonna sign off for now. And check in later. Alright, so I'm gonna give you a little tour of Hostel Zohar. First, after you come in through this hallway here, which is very dark, you get buzzed in, and then this is the tiny little reception area, and this is the common area. You can see what's going on outside on the security cams. So it's not a big place, but it's it's nice and comfy and nice and bright. It's absolutely pouring rain out at the moment, so not as bright as it normally is. And as you can see, they have a computer there for if you don't have a computer with you. Let's see what else. Normally I stay in this room right here. So let's see, I don't think there's anybody in, so. Where's the light? Where's the light? Here it is. All right, so the guy who runs this place is named Joshua, and the first 2 times that I've come here, he's always upgraded me to a bigger room. So this is a nice made-up room. So I'm going to show you that. As you can see, there's a little TV. Even though it's a big room, it's not that big, but it's bigger than the one I have right now. Unfortunately, Joshua is away traveling right now, so I didn't get the little upgrade. I'm sure if he was here, I would have. But yeah, that's basically what the rooms look like. And there's no bathrooms in any of the rooms. All the places have a separate bathroom that everybody has to use. Common area, obviously a Western toilet, fridge, sink. In the shower here, big shower head. But with these showers, it's a funny situation because I don't know what they're called, but they have these little electronic, what do you call them? It's an attachment. And what they do is they attach these things near the shower head, and that's what gives you the hot water. So there is really nice hot water here, but the way it works is you have to just, and you might want to know this for if you come to Colombia, because a lot of people don't figure this out. To get the hot water, you just have to barely turn on the water. If you turn on the water full bore, you're going to get super cold water, so you actually have to back off. And so it's just barely turned on, and that's when you'll get your nice piping hot water. But it's not going to be a big stream of water, so be prepared to stand in the shower rinsing your shampoo out of your hair for a while. So right now there's nobody in here. I better turn off the lights in this room here before I forget and wonder why the lights are on. So yeah, they give you a couple towels and a bathrobe. So when we're talking about the price, I'm paying around, I think $18 Canadian. So we're talking about a huge city here, and prices are getting pricier in a place like Bogota. There we go. They have an automatic light here. So next I'm going to show you the little kitchenette area. There's the light. So again, nothing fancy. There's just a little mini fridge here. Nothing in it at the moment. Got a microwave. You can make free coffee. Sink. Is there a stove under here? Yeah, there we go. There's a stove. I don't know if it's usable or not, but yeah, it's does the trick. I don't know what the appliances are like. I think I looked in here one time. There's a few basic things. That's all you really need if you want to try and live a little bit more cheaply. Typically, I will go to get a lunch special. Today, for instance, I went to a place where it's get over into a little bit better light here. There's some natural light up there, skylight. Typically, I'm going to go to a little place to have the lunch special. The place that I normally go to by the Gold Museum in La Candelaria, it cost me all of 7,000 pesos, which is probably a little bit under $3 Canadian, so that'd be like $2 US, and it was it's basic stuff. It's your typical Colombian food. It's so today my plate was a scoop of rice, some lentils, kind of a potato salad, and not a full chicken breast, but it was boneless chicken. And then I got a glass of, I'm not sure what kind of juice it was, but it was really good. And it was sin azúcar, which is without sugar. So if you're into healthy stuff, that's always good. Let's see the stairs here. Well, let's go up the other stairs briefly. Well, probably not any point going up the stairs, but I'll just show you there's a staircase. And that goes up to the second floor where there's a bunch more rooms. But anyway, back to the food. You can actually eat pretty healthy in hola. ¿Cómo estás? Es un vlog for YouTube. YouTube. ¿Conoces YouTube? Yeah. Es un vlog del hostel. Estoy hablando con yo. En mi cámara. So anyway, yeah, you can eat pretty healthy. Bogota is a huge city, so you can get all kinds of foods. You can go to 5-star places and get great food, or you can eat really cheap. Sometimes I'll get one lunch and then I'll order another second one to go, and then I'll heat it up wherever I'm staying at. And there's nearby stores. You can get mangoes and papaya, all my favorite tropical fruits, for next to nothing. And say hello to the birdies. But anyway, typically in Bogota you're looking at anywhere from $4 to $10 if you're in a shared group. So you can live pretty cheap, or again, you can find high-end hotels if you want to live like an executive. Obviously, I travel. I'm going to be down here for 4 months, so when I'm traveling, I'm not exactly traveling like an executive. So I just get a room in a safe, clean neighborhood, and I also hope it's quiet. That's also a trick to find, is a quiet place, because there's a lot of traffic here. But my room is actually further back there. Again, I'm not going to bother going in there. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Just tried to leave the hostel. Couldn't do it because there's a protest going on outside right now. People are fleeing down the road, and I'm standing here with the girl that does the maid. She says, come back in, come back in. And you can smell tear gas. As soon as I went outside, my eyes started tearing up from tear gas that's going on out there. So it's a little bit dangerous, peligroso, fuera ahora. So you're gonna have to wait to go for dinner. No cena. So you can see on the outside monitor, people are trying to get away from the tear gas. And maybe you can hear in the background yelling and shouting. So it's a little crazy out there right now. So I'm not going outside, but you can hear all the noise out there. I'm actually covering my eyes right now so they don't tear up. I can feel my voice getting affected by it. So yeah, the police are out there with their tear gas for sure. Now you got a news person down there. Crazy. People get very passionate here about things. is not safe to leave. So I'm stuck here for a while. Now you can see the smoke from the tear gas. And one of the other ladies, she came in from being outside. She said it's crazy out there. Look how smoky it is now. Right now it's even hard to breathe in the hostel. My eyes are tearing up because there's so much gas that's coming in from outside, so trying to decide what to do here. You can hear all the noise that's going on just outside the door. Explosions going off outside. I don't think they're like bombs, but could be tear gas that you can hear outside. I presume you can hear the noise outside. It's a little crazy. Alright, so I want to give a quick shout out to Pizza Estacion, because last night when the protests were going on, this was literally the only place that was open. Bogota, at least this area, was like a ghost town last night. Everything was closed. Bolivar Plaza, there wasn't a single person down there last night at 8 o'clock. And this is the only place. They had the door closed. They saw us looking in the window and they let us in. We were the only people in there, myself and the two other people from Holland, that were looking for food after not being let out of the hostel for fear of our safety. And anyways, these guys had a little bit of pizza left. We had a couple slices of pizza, lemonade for about plus mass, and that cost all of 8 pesos, which is like $3.50 Canadian. So again, big thanks to Pizza Estacion, and this is really close to Parque de los Periodistas, about 4 blocks in. Noisy buses here. It's about 4 blocks from the Gold Museum. But anyway, they saved my life, man. I would have died without that pizza.